Hi there, lovely Sagittarians. How are you? This is your love check-in. My goodness. Oh, so I apologize in advance. I am still recovering. I've been recovering all month. I'm just gonna be honest. And then I was recovering for most of April from another cold that I had gotten while traveling. So yeah, it's been a delightful spring season for me. I hope yours has been going well. If you are also suffering from allergies, may you be on your healing journey. All right, so what's going on with my Sagittarians? This is your your sun, moon, and rising. All right, so it is a collective reading. So if the first bit where we talk about the situation does not apply for you, then don't take the messages that follow, because I'm collecting as much of the energy as I can, but it's not going to be applicable to everyone. So leave the rest behind. Take only what resonates with your inner soul, your intuition. All right, so some of you may be praying, maybe meditating, maybe looking at other forms of healing, turning to your faith after a very ugly kind of breakup or breakdown. Breakdown was the first word that I got. So just need you to know that it's not just you that felt the reverberations from whatever fallout happened in your romantic life. It was the other party as well, but I think they don't have the same skills that you probably do in your healing, right? You probably have some techniques that you've turned to in times of need before, and you are now trying to do that as well. So I need some more clarifiers here. For that, we're going to go to Pop of Love. All right, so what is it that my Sagittarians, my God, Pop of Love. I love this deck, but the cards are gigantic. So what are you guys actually healing from or praying about? Could be matters regarding a Pisces, or you might have had Pisces or might have Pisces in your chart. You could have dealt with a Leo. Okay, so we have two signs coming out right away. Now, it doesn't have the signs don't have to, right, necessarily resonate with your situation. It's more the embodiments of these two astrological signs, right? But I'm going to read the quotes at the bottom. So this could be how the person that you dealt with, feels about you at this time. I was used to being the central focus of everyone's attention, but your magnetism outweighed mine, and I was insecure about that. And the other one is, I had an idealistic view on what a relationship should look like. You challenged that perspective and made me question my whole value system. I didn't understand what you were trying to teach me, but I do now. Okay, so at the card that came out to kind of show us what the overall situation was juggling. And at the back of the deck, we have, I can see this. When you guys were together, it was like a power couple kind of dynamic. You could take on everything together. And I especially see that with the combination of this Sag and Leo. So if indeed those were your predominant signs as a couple, then yes, power couple indeed. All right. Regardless, doesn't have to be the case for you. Whatever happened, the person on your mind, and I get for some of you too, we're trying to do way too many things while still being in a relationship. Doesn't have to be another party in the mix. I'm getting more a feeling of just couldn't handle all the responsibilities that were going on in your life and their life. And then combining them was like Ten of Wands to the extreme, okay? So right now I'm not feeling like there were any third parties, okay? So please, please do not assume that that juggling card means that, okay? Okay, so right away. Wow. I got some tarot for you right away from Intuitive Kev's tarot deck here. So show me what ensued between my Sagittarians and their person before things broke down. I mean, you can show us that part too. Oh, it was pretty innocent dynamic. You guys probably had a lot of fun together. Maybe you also felt like the inner child in both of you was like able to come out and play when the other person was around. You know, so it was a light and lively kind of connection. Ooh, wow. Okay. All right, so this, I don't even, okay, if it doesn't resonate, do not allow this term to kind of mean too much, okay? Twin flame dynamics are very rare. So regardless of if you think this person is or was your twin flame, this was a karmic connection. That meant like you guys had to learn lessons from one another. If it's a twin flame connection, that's a lot. That's a lot of lessons. And it's kind of a back and forth situation. Now, maybe you're still connected to this person on social media, I get the sense. The Lovers came out really, really hitting hard on that this connection was meant to be. Yes, you were indeed great source of power together, and that's what happened. You came together because, well, it was kind of written already that you needed to learn lessons from each other, lessons in love, and lessons in self-love, mainly lessons in how to grow on your own individual soul paths. So when people are, you know, learning karmic lessons, it's taking them closer. I'm getting North Node. I feel like both of you were, and you should, if you have your birth chart, you should check that out. What is in your North Node? What are the planets that are there? And then like look at your houses if you can and see what are the challenges? Where's the growth? This is all about growth. All right. So karmic connections are meant to help you grow. All right. Okay, so without giving any lessons, I don't have any astro dice for you yet, so we're not going to get into that. That is coming. I'm very excited about that to my channel. So all right, so Spirit, show me what is the current status between Sagittarius and their person, please. Yeah, there's the Lovers again. All right, so this connection was indeed powerful, and you remained grounded in yourself, by the way. Now, I don't see that. I don't see like a separation, although I feel it. What I do see is that you decided to move away emotionally, making yourself more emotionally distant, maybe physically distant, mentally giving yourself a sense of peace, and that was for the best. Why? So that you could feel better aligned with your own life. The whole juggling thing really hit me as like a big factor in both of your lives. All right. There is a new beginning potentially here with the Ace of Cups, but together with the Emperor, I feel more like this is about self-love, feeling empowered about your own life. For fire signs especially, like that Emperor card is like really indicative of you trying to regain your own equilibrium, your own balance, your own like power, right? So yes, together, yes, you were a great source of power, but individually, you are a great source of power. Does that make sense? So especially in that twin flame journey, that's the main lesson. Like, how can you claim your own internal power? Emperor. Now, the Star. This is about healing. I think both of you are on a path of healing individually. Emphasis on that right now because, excuse me, because as twin flames or karmic connection that is not maybe yet complete, that healing is really important if you are to get together again. The connection remains. I'm not going to feed anyone's delulu here, but in the energetic dimensions, all right? So the ones that are not necessarily in the 3D, meaning this human life that we're living, so like 4D, 5D, etc., your souls are still intertwined. The connection is not severed, okay? But you, I do see you back here, Queen of Pentacles. Don't have to be identifying as a female when it comes to your gender, but what you are doing is grounding in your own sense of safety, security, home, career. Yeah, especially if both of you were struggling with juggling, now you're like, how can I best embody the version of me that is grounded, that is stable, that is sovereign, that is powerful? And they are doing the same. Okay. All right. So I love that actually, because I don't see any bitterness or anger or resentment. Yeah, I haven't looked into feelings, but we're gonna find out. I don't feel it for you though. And Daisy back here is very calm. Usually when readings get really intense, she's like all up in my, in here. All right, so Spirit, how do my Sagittarians feel about the person on their mind right now? What are their overall feelings for them, for their person? Okay. Well, you're done with the cycles. I get the sense that you've been in a lot of different cycles with this person. Devil and Wheel of Fortune like this, right? Okay. So you're breaking, or you're aware of the cycle. I was going to say you're breaking it. I don't know yet. You are fully aware that there's an attachment dynamic between you that is not healthy, okay? The Hierophant card. This is like what I was talking about before, which is that spiritual realm, the ethereal, the things that when I say like the connection remains, you are fully aware that the connection remains. Part of you at least knows the connection remains. But yeah, you're tired. You're tired of going back and forth with the Devil and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Cannot blame you for that, okay? No one blames you for that. Now, how does the person on your mind, how do they feel about you? Let's get they're not doing so well. We have the Tower, okay? They're like, all right, well, Sagittarius came into my life, fucked it all up. Hold on 1 second, please. Sorry, I'm caregiving for my mother. She has Alzheimer's, and sometimes she loses track of time. All right, so anyway, they see you as the Tower, so I feel like they came in and they rocked my world, and now it's causing instability inside of me. Not me, but you know what this is like their voice, essentially. Like, yeah, I feel like Sagittarius, why did you come into my life? Well, you came into their lives, Sag, to teach them about themselves, right? So, Spirit, what else? What are the other thoughts that Sagittarius, this person, is having about them at this time? Oh my gosh, these people, they're very confused. They're not doing as well as you are. They're trying though. The Star is back here. So remember I was saying, yeah, you're both healing. Well, they are. They're healing in their own way. They're still very drawn to you though. I feel this more as they see you as a star. And a star you are, of course. I get it. But The thing is, you don't want just anyone coming towards you, because they need to be at your level. They need to be as healed and or as aware of the healing process and of the growth process in life, spiritual growth, emotional growth, mental growth, obviously physical growth. But like, yeah, they're not there. They're a bag of confusion. I have Moon, 7 of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. Now, again, I'm still like holding on to my there's no third party energy here. Now I'm like, well, okay, so maybe part of their confusion was regarding other people, but not necessarily people that they're having like affairs with or whatever, relationships with in that way. But just like, I feel more like other people started talking, gossiping, causing a lot of confusion. Maybe they went to their friends for advice or coworkers for advice about you guys, and it caused it caused a lot of like, what's going on? I don't understand. Like, why do I feel like I don't have the whole picture? They're really lost right now. And the thing is, when someone is lost and they see a star, they're drawn to that star, right? But your main responsibility is to save yourself first, okay? Don't go trying to save somebody else. That's a tough lesson, okay? Most empaths learn that one. Can't save anybody else unless they decide to start to learn how to swim, right? How can they best navigate through their own life? And maybe they don't want to. Maybe they would rather just avoid the healing process altogether. But that's really not the healthiest option, okay? I don't want to judge your person. I almost feel like the cross watchers are watching this. And I don't mean any harm. I am just reading the cards and what I'm hearing from Spirit. All right? So Spirit, what is your advice for Sagittarius in this? Wow, okay. There's a lot of things they want to tell you guys. I mean, I've kind of, wow. Damn. Okay, so we have a wild card, so I'm going to pull another card. All right, so let's quickly clarify that card. Okay, 2. Wow, some beautiful messages here, my friend. Oh, Lord, I love it. One more minute. Sorry about that. So advice for you, my friends. Couple things. You could also be dealing with a Gemini. That came to mind because the Lovers has come out a few times. Or, yeah, I didn't say Aries. Could be an Aries as well. I really feel like there's like a little bit of earth energy here. It doesn't have to be. Signs are not as important because this is a general reading. So I could say all the signs by now. Although I haven't seen a lot of water out here. This is interesting because the soulmate connection remains, okay? And I think part of this message is that you need to trust that no matter what, that connection holds strong. No matter what happens, if you guys come together again or not, excuse me, you are deserving of the most beautiful of lives. Okay, you have 2 10s out here, the best ones. The 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles together. That's like happiness, health, wealth, prosperity, abundance, family, community, home, tenderness, emotional fulfillment, lasting legacy. You got that. You focus on that. Focus on that. How can you reach that? Well, there is going to be, and there needs to be, a transformation here. The death card here, I mean, there's butterflies in this deck, okay? So this is about the breaking of the chrysalis and the, you know, emergence of the butterfly, which is you and your new life, into the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles space after a period of healing and rest and recovery and focus on yourself, right? Grounding in your own home. King of Pentacles. This is not about, I mean, yeah, it could be taking vacations with your friends and family and stuff, but this is more about focusing on the tangibles. And I think we already had you as the Queen of Pentacles earlier. So this is the masculine side of that. This is providership. This is, yeah, savings. This is, I know I was saying such a silly word in 2026, right? This is about, yeah, procuring enough stability so that you can ensure yourself a 10 of Pentacles kind of life. And you absolutely have that ability. Why? Because you are someone who is a creator, the King of Wands, someone who is passionate, someone who is focused. Yes, you are a fire sign, so you inevitably have access to that energy. There's a fountain of creative material, like kind of like a magician, right? You know how we talk about the magician card as like, oh, being able to manifest whatever they want. Well, the King of Wands can take all the creative energy that is out there in the universe and pick and choose which kind of points they want to focus on. So what is your favorite, most favorite, not skill, but like, not hobby, but passion, okay? I know like that whole phrase passion project is like now like old and used and millennial and whatever, but I am a millennial, so I still say it maybe accidentally. But this is about tapping into that, right? So what is it that you make, or what is it that you've been waiting to make? The King of Pentacles is someone who's already established themselves to the point where they can pursue passions, okay? But here I'm getting more. In this phase of your life, you are being called to build an empire, right? With your passion project, whatever that is. And you absolutely will. That's the feeling, okay? And it's gonna be like nothing you ever imagined before. I feel like I'm painting this like, I don't know, like some of you might be like, I feel like I could never give this reading to an earth sign. I have a lot of earth in me, so I know that I'd be like, what is she even talking about? But I think you'd be like, yeah, I mean, I wanted to, I don't know, open a restaurant. I wanted to own a vineyard. I wanted to, yeah, cultivate flowers. I wanted to, I don't know, you have lots of ideas. You strike me as someone who's very creative already, but holding themselves back. And maybe that relationship was actually the catalyst that you needed to push you into the passion that is already inside of you, just waiting, right? So like, think about it, write about it, journal about it. Like, what is something that you want to build? Because you will build it. You absolutely will build it. And it's going to be an empire and a legacy. It's going to last. It's going to outlast you, is what I want to say. This is something that you are going to create because this relationship kind of pushed you, maybe even introduced you to it in some way. And once you come out of that Four of Swords and transform into this butterfly, you're going to fly. You're going to fly. And I think that's a beautiful message. So I know I started this with, the soulmate connection. That remains. And now I'm like, no, but it doesn't even matter, because you're going to fly and you're going to have a beautiful life. So this is a really good, like, I don't usually give readings like that. Usually this is more about the person or persons on your mind. Stay away, this, that. This is more like tap into your self. Tap into your potential. And don't aim low, okay? I like when I can speak to fire signs and be like, don't aim low, and I know that you know what that means. You're like, well, why would I aim low? I mean, duh. Duh, Chandrima. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to get you a lantern. This is even bigger than the Pop of Love. I'm going to get you just one card from this deck. So let's see, what am I failing? Pull my Saggies. I might do it. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to pull for you. Here, let's see. I'm going to do it differently. I haven't pulled like this in a long time. Okay. Yeah. There it is. That's the one. Okay. Got it. Sorry, it took me a while. Circles. Clarity begins in the eye of the storm. Yeah, I think you are in the eye of the storm right now. Maybe the number 34 is significant to you in some way. When you're in the eye of the storm, that is when you are in that Four of Swords, healing phase, right? It's calm, right? Then you come out of that flying, okay? And I opened right up to it, by the way. Clarity begins in the eye of the storm. I love it. Our thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and relationship patterns are potentially detrimentally circular when they remain unconscious. Without acknowledging that we do not know what we are doing or how to get different results, it seems as though the same disappointments, ruts, and detours keep happening to us. So that Wheel of Fortune, I forgot what came with it. You were in a pattern with, yes, I have readers, amnesia, it's a thing, it's real. In the beginning, we were saying that you're aware of the fact that you've been in a pattern with the person that may or may not be your twin flame, or it's at least a soulmate, right? It's a karmic connection, right? And you've been going in circles. All right. This is because we don't realize our subconscious part in these unwanted, reoccurrences, nor that we have the power to exit the UnMerryGoRound. Oh, that's cute. If we do nothing different happens. Absolutely. We will only continue to reenact our default setting automatically. A life lived in circles inevitably limits what is possible for us. It can also be particularly harmful when toxic relationships, addiction, or financial dependence is involved. Awareness of how we perpetuate more of the same is necessary before we can consciously create an upward and outward spiral of life for ourselves. Do you hear it? Because I do. I see you in the Four of Swords phase right now, about to exit that circle, right? About to exit. And you're going to exit through that death card. Not saying you're literally dying. I'm saying you're undergoing a transformation and reemergence, right? I think that's going to be great. All right. And then you're going to get all King of Wands, okay? All right. The key is to become aware of the highly charged and compulsive psychological dynamics influencing us. Without clarity, we cannot exit the circular rut that has some sort of magnetic toxicity at its core. Although it can be painful and confronting to understand the dynamics that continue to trigger us, awareness, I like this. I haven't read this book in a long time. Okay, sorry. Awareness is the doorway out of any roundabout we want to step off. Yeah, get off the ride, all right? Get off the UnMerryGoRound. To support you in this process, journal. Here's some journal prompts, okay? Hey, I'm going to read them. I can't help myself. Where in your life do you feel stuck and not know what to do? Write out the inner dialogue or thoughts surrounding the areas from the previous prompt. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like expand on that, okay? Where do you feel stuck? You're not stuck. Review what you've just written and notice areas where there is a logic or lack of logic to your inner dialogue. Yeah, oftentimes it's the inner critic inside of you that's like, no, you can't. No, you can't. You're just gonna fail, right? That's a self-sabotaging kind of habit that is oftentimes established in early life, right? Childhood. Maybe a parental figure told you couldn't do it. Maybe, I hear it all the time now, actually. Not just parental figures. I hear people telling me, yeah, my English teacher told me, I don't know, I'm going to pick something like in 5th grade that I couldn't write. So I never wrote and I really want to write, but I can't bring myself to do it. And I'm talking to someone that's like 50 years old, right? And they really want to write and they really want to start, but they keep hearing that voice of the teacher, right? In the back of their head, like, no, you're a bad writer. You should be a scientist. Fuck that. I was a scientist. I'm a journalist now. I'm a caregiver. I'm getting my MBA. I mean, no. And you, as a fire sign, know what I'm talking about. You can tap into anything in this world, in the universe, and you can use that energy to fuel yourself as long as you work hard, right? And focus to become. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know where this is coming from. This is spirit. This is spirit plus me, okay? All right, so back to the prompts. Seriousness now. Okay. See if you can unpack any existing conflicts in desire for clarity on what you actually want. Highlight any incongruent thoughts and emotional processes that are at play and make a note of the effects of them upon you. All right. So I think a lot of this, this is good stuff, actually. I almost want to like screenshot this and send it to you, but I can't. Notice any instances that send your confidence spiraling downwards and determine whether this negatively impacts your ability to break out of any circular life patterns that you wish to be free of. List anything and everything you can do about what seems to be preventing you from venturing beyond your revolving doors. Highlight what is presently propelling you forwards. This is the important stuff, okay? This is the forward movement. Highlight what is presently propelling you forward and brainstorm how you can increase its positive presence, influence, and effect in your life. Make a list of capable and appropriate people who can be called upon for help and support as you venture beyond life as you have known it. Circles that spiral downward are the effects of unconscious repetition and confusion. In this sense, we are the ones who prohibit, my God, us from venturing forthly. Oh my God, I can't talk. Okay. In this sense, we are the ones who prohibit us from venturing forth upon new ground. To acknowledge that we do not know what to do about something, we begin to see with increasing clarity, logic, desires, and emotions, what is confusing and therefore prohibiting us. Once we can see things for what they are, we can recognize what we can do about them. Yeah, there is always more than one way out of any circle. Absolutely. You can access the exit through multiple doors, okay? You get to choose. All right? Focus your attention on who you are without the loops, fears, distractions, and preoccupations. In other words, focus on who you would be and what you would do without The problems, drama, impossible lifestyle, or comfort, comfort none. Okay, I don't know. Oh, comfort zone. Comfort zone. There's a typo here. I'm like, what? Comfort zone. You may be, you may be circling. That's absolutely important. Believe it or not, and a lot of people don't believe it at first. A lot of people find it more comfortable to stay uncomfortable than to try to venture out and grow. Growth is painful. So the process of exiting may hurt, okay? I'm not going to say may. It will hurt. But I know you. You are not going to be someone who lets that fear dominate their thoughts to the point where it breaks the focus. Focus on who you want to become, right? Focus on that next stage in your life. Focus on whatever the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups is. Focus on that. Do yourself a favor and do a visualization exercise where you think about what it feels like when you're at that stage. What will that 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles feel like? Not just, what's it going to look like? Where am I going to live? Who's going to be there? What are you going to hear? What are the sounds around you? Is there a party going on? Are there birds? Are you smelling like a barbecue or something? Or like a grill or your favorite food? And what are you wearing? Like, how do you appear? That's one thing that my coach often does. Like, what do you look like? What are you wearing? What does your hair look like? What is your makeup like? What are your shoes? Like, make it as vivid of a picture as possible. And yes, part of that is who is around you. Is there laughter that you can hear? What does it feel like? What does the air on your skin feel like? I could go on and on, but I already have. So thank you if you stayed this long, guys. Visualize, journal, and yes, exit that UnMerryGoRound. I'm going to have to use that phrase. I want to share this book with you. It's a deck, but some great advice in here. I have a lot of shadow decks, but this one I haven't used in about a year, or a year and a half even, the Lantern Oracle. And I hope this helped. All right, Sag, let me know in the comments.